Welcome to In This Body, the online event to support parents and caregivers with staying regulated and connected, even when things get intense. And we're almost at the end of this retreat. We started in June and it's almost end of July. Um, we still have one more week to go. The interviews have finished, but um, I'm still the retreat window is still open till August 8th. And today it's just me, and I felt called to come here and share with you a quick message around the importance of this topic and uh, the benefits of staying present with what's happening inside your physical body and staying regulated and grounded. And the ripple effects that happen when you're showing up from that place of, centeredness. Um, and I wanted to remind you to just own your holistic nature, to own the fact that you are here in this 3D human experience. The physical body is part of your experience. It is part of who you are. Yes, you are divine, eternal being. You have this beautiful soul inside you. And in this lifetime, this soul chose to come and experience our planet Earth in this physical body. So um, it's just a reminder today for you to appreciate that and to make the most of it. Uh, we're not here for a very long time. And the one more thing that I wanted to talk about today is the relationship between embodiment and intuition. Now, you might have heard me talk about intuition a lot previously. I see intuition as one of those skills or superpowers that are really needed, especially now in these days of, very fast changes and uncertainties. Uh, I'm just going to talk about why it's important to lead from intuition. Uh, what's the relationship between being embodied and having that strong intuition nature? And I'm also going to talk about the difference between intuition and uh, the conditioning or the beliefs that gives you voices in your head. What's the difference between intuition and your gut instinct? Because they're not the same. And just how to stay connected to your intuition. I'm going to start by saying that to me, intuition is like a bridge. It's a connection that allows you to understand something that you've not experienced before. Uh, Knowledge is valuable, and knowledge, we build it up as we go through experiences, but life is constantly sending us those experiences that are completely new, those challenges that we've not faced before, those situations where, we find ourselves, we can't rely on what we know because what we know is limited. And of course, we can go and research and ask experts, but there comes a point where it's our, we have to own the challenge that we're in, and we have to use our own intuitive knowing to navigate it. And intuition is that thing that helps you understand what's happening without necessarily being able to logically explain it or explain how you know or why you know something to be true. Um, with intuition, what you're actually doing, you're tapping into the greater intelligence around us. As you know, we don't live in a vacuum. We live on an amazing planet that is thriving with life. It's other people, it's the plants, the animals, the earth itself, the rocks, the land. There is a certain intelligence in that. And intuition is what helps us connect with that intelligence. So we tap into something greater than our own individual experience. Uh, I also call this greater intelligence. I call it the web of magic around us. And intuition becomes a way where we can create magic in our life. Uh, and why is it important to lead from that place? Because as I said at the start, like life is constantly sending us uncertainties. The fastest way to navigate uncertainty is by leaning into your intuition. And by doing that, you're actually leaning into the intelligence around you. So you're leaning on something greater to hold you. And you're not just on your own, you're supported. You have that uh, yeah, that support from the whole universe around you. Um, and it, there's a bit of trust here involved. You have to trust that that universe around you is also leading you to your highest good. Uh, the trust does not come easy. Uh, there is a certain intentions that you have to come with. You At least for me, that's the way I experience it. I come with very strong, pure intentions that whatever my intuition is going to lead me to is for the highest good. And it's also for my own good, because the highest good for all is really also the highest good for you as an individual. Um, and leaning into my intuition, it's like that invisible guidance that is always there, present for me, nudging me to do this thing or take the next action. And it's it gives me that sense of knowing. It's an inner knowing that this is the path, rather than me second guessing myself. Now, the relationship between embodiment and intuition, that's where this is very important. It's the human body that's the tool for intuition. The human body is our home that houses not it it's not it just doesn't house our consciousness, it houses everything. It houses our instinct, our brain, our desires, our drive for life. It's also it also houses that connection uh, that we have with the universe around us. Um, it's like I want you to think of the human body as if it was our intuitive channel. It's like this antenna or Wi-Fi router that connects us to the web of magic around us and that helps us tap into it. Um, Now, it's very difficult to have a clear signal in this intuitive channel if our body, our physical body, is neglected biologically or emotionally, like we're not really taking care of our well-being. It's also difficult to have a clear signal when our body is being hijacked by our instinct. And our instinct is that primal force that uh, rises when we are afraid, when we perceive that we are in danger. So basically, what I'm saying, it's when our nervous system is agitated, when we are in fear, it's our body is really being hijacked by that fear and by that instinct. So we're not going to get that pure intuitive signal. And also, we're not going to get that pure signal if our physical body is being suppressed by our logic. And what I mean by that, it's when our mind keeps us stuck in closed circuit thinking, when our mind just wants to create this box around us. The mind operates based on our limited knowledge, based on our previous experience, based on patterns we learned. The mind cannot, yes, the mind can take in new things and learn new things and create new patterns. But if we are relying completely on the mind, it's gonna just keep us stuck in that closed circuit. So to really clear that intuitive channel through our body, we have to take care of our holistic well-being. We have to learn how to calm down our nervous system, and we have to put our mind and our logic on the side when we are trying to do something new. We have to let go of our of what we know, just letting go of what we know and allowing that intuitive channel to bring to us the information and the intelligence so that we can um, create something new, and also create from that place of our true desires, our soul's desires, rather than what our mind is telling us what we should be doing, or what it thinks is possible. So that's in a nutshell the the relationship between embodiment and intuition. And so do you now see the difference between intuition and fear and gut response? Like to me, gut response is that fear. It's that instinct kicking off when we are in a new situation where we are being in a challenge. So our instinct kicks off to keep us safe, and it's our biological makeup. Um, there's nothing wrong with that. Being aware that, oh, this is fear and instinct kicking in, and knowing how to calm our body and regulate it so that we're not operating from that instinct, is the bridge to get us into that other state where we're not, we're still afraid. We're not like denying or uh, fixing the fear. We are still afraid. And we have this other layer. We have that intuition and that, centered presence that is helping us. It's holding space for the fear, and it's also holding space for other possibilities. And there's a lot of that's where it gets tricky, when the voices in the head become loud, and they're all those voices in our head, they are all based on previous conditioning and patterns that we picked up during childhood, or even it can be ancestral patterns that are there in our memories. How do we tell the difference between those patterns and our intuition really is through spending more time with our intuition, spending more time with our dreams, because dreams and desires are the things that pull us out of our pattern, our conditioning and our patterning. Really value your desires and your callings, because these they're like these fishing hooks trying to get us out of the tank that we're stuck in. Imagine yourself stuck in a fish tank where you've got these, conditioning and patterns, and you're just swimming in them. Our desires are like the fish hook that is trying to pull us out. And a lot of times we think that, oh, we can't have that. I want that. Like, okay, I want more prosperity in my life. I want more joy. I want more love and passion in my relationship with my partner, for example. I want more adventure in my life. We want these things, but then we come and tell ourselves, oh, but that's not possible. How can I make this happen? Um, I don't believe this is practical. This is just a dream. But actually, start seeing your desires, even if they're too outlandish, really start seeing them as those um, fish hooks that are going to get you out of the conditioning, and spend more time with those desires. Vision boards, taking small actions towards them, um, playing that game that, I want this. I'm gonna try things out to get this. We don't need to be graspy and like very like, oh no, I need to get this, I need to get this. But we can use the desire like a North Star, like something to look forward to without attaching to it. We still have it though, and we spend more time with it. That's how we build our intuitive muscles, by spending more time with it, envisioning, taking practical small actions towards it. It moves slowly, but it moves. Uh, that's what I wanted to say about it, it, how to tell the difference between intuition and the voices in our head. Because as we move slowly towards our desires, we take actions, even if we don't achieve that desire, but we still take an action that we've not taken before. We still move forward. It sends a signal that we are making change. And as we take these steps, we change that patterning, and we change the voices in our head. Um, it's like we build small evidence to show ourselves that, oh, we are taking action. Um, and having a devotional practice like this really helps. It's like building a habit, just building that new habit, having that new routine in the day to work towards that. And the last thing I want to talk about is how to really build that strong connection with your intuition, which I've already touched about with that devotional practice, and spending more time with your desires and taking action. Um, there's one I call it a short uh, a short path if you are really stuck and you don't know where to start, or where there's a lot of things that has happened, and you just completely feel disconnected from your intuition. That's where I would suggest you dive into the language of archetypes. And I know I spoke about this before. I'll put a link to a video that I spoke about around archetypes. Um, but for me, the language of the archetypes really what helped me start on that path and stay on the path of being led by my intuition. And by archetypes, I mean those universal frequencies that they don't, they kind of simplify things. We are complex beings. We are made of so many things. We're full of contradictions. But to simplify things, archetypes give us that simplified version of the thing that we're dealing with. My favorite tools for archetypes are the gene keys, of course. Um, the gene keys, they have a total of 64 archetypes. Uh, and there's also the lines in the gene keys. So there are 6 lines. So that's 64 times 6. Like imagine the amount of archetypes that is given to us to play with. Choose only one archetype and focus on that. It's a hologenetic um, process where it doesn't matter where you start, it ripples out. So you start with just one gene key, and it opens doors for others. And uh, what gene key to start with? Of course, you can look at your gene keys profile and start with um, what is suggested by the golden path approach with the activation sequence. I won't mention it here in detail, but starting somewhere with only one archetype, it will create real, real change. Other archetypal languages are, of course, astrology. There's the tarot. You can look at ancient gods and goddesses. Um, you can look at fiction and stories and just take a fictional story where the character, you were very drawn to that character arc, and you can just sit with it and um, contemplate it and um, yeah, using archetypes as a bridge to help you connect to your intuition. That's what helped me a lot. And the other thing that helped me, of course, being involved in creative practice. Just choose something that would help you get more creative, whether it's art or writing or um, music. It can be cooking, it can be gardening, like any of that creative thing that gets you into the creative process. And it's so important here to, it's not about the outcome, it's not about what you end up with, it's the process, it's the journey that you take yourself in. Um, that was it for today. I really hope you've been enjoying the interviews and all the wisdom that has been shared and all the tools that are now available for you to deal with nervous system dysregulation and with how to stay grounded and calm and really return to that place we call home. Uh, if you'd like to dive deeper into the language of the archetypes and connecting with your intuition, I am offering Gene Keys profile sessions. I've got the link for booking a session with me below this recording. Um, it's it's amazing how just having that simplified outward perspective, how it can pull us from um, the box that we sometimes get stuck in. Okay, that's it for today. Sending you so much love.